What a day. I just think every day is going to be emotional and awkward and crazy. Um, but I am just being myself, which is optimistic, helpful, reassuring, and just making sure that people feel okay about things. And so I had some really good conversations today. I had some very awkward conversations today. But, I ended the day on a good conversation, and I feel really good about that. And I just feel really good about who I am and the way I approach things, and the way I face my travails. It almost seems like the narcissist seems like the recovery from that's like an afterthought, considering all these other things that I'm thinking about. I didn't even think about him today until I got, I always get these like travel emails from the group that I travel with that tell you about all these sales that are coming up. And it's like, I saw a couple that were really well priced, and I'm thinking to myself, I've got some time off coming up. Like, part of me just wanted to be like, hey, which one of these do you want to do? Let's go. And then I remembered, it's like, no, like, he's not who I think he is, and I can still do whatever I want without him. I just sometimes thought it would be fun to do something. We had started to talk about where he might want to go. Anyway, I'm always babbling. It's just a weird time. Again, I can't really talk about it, but I will soon enough. I'm looking forward to having some time off and traveling again. That's coming up. And so I have to start thinking about that and getting my passport out and my packing and getting into Travel Me, which is such a fun version of me. And I can't wait to do that. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I'm going to probably make some more travel plans for the summer. So I'm looking really forward to that too. And just, maybe spending some time with friends and family who tend to get the short end of the stick because I just don't have emotional capacity for much at the end of a day. But I am going to get that back. I am still, like, my body is still like 10 miles behind my brain. I'm so tired today, and like, oh my God, it's like an effort just to get up and move around. But I realize it's a good thing. It's a release of like a lot of stress. And so I think, I just have a little bit more ahead, and then I have exciting things coming up. Let's see, dating stuff. Well, I haven't heard from the weird guy after I told him yesterday that this wasn't going to work out. So I'm glad. I was a little worried that was going to have some backlash, or I was going to have to do like some blocking, but I haven't had to do that. It just went away. Hopefully stays that way. My friend continues to be very supportive and funny, and also has some good ideas for some upcoming plans ahead that I'm looking forward to. Do you know that we're going to have like Top Gun 1 and 2 at a local drive-through in the next few weeks? Like, how excited am I about that? Like, Top Gun's my favorite movie, and the second one was good, but like the first one, it's my favorite movie. I love that movie. Unfortunately, it does have a deep connection to the narcissist. That is also his favorite movie, and we quote from it, and our dynamic is very much the dynamic of the lead characters. I have kind of I'm a sucker for being around the non-obvious choice, like somebody who's a little bit more charismatic and daring and not well behaving sometimes, and maybe a little cocky. And I'm like the serious, like, gets the job done, plays by the rules kind of girl. And it takes a little while to convince her to let her hair down. But eventually it rubs off, and she's fun. And so I love those love stories. I'm addicted to them. Like, definitely Top Gun had them. A really weird show that you wouldn't expect me to have watched based on my political leanings, but I watched The Ranch, and like Colton and Abby were that dynamic. I love it. What else? There was an episode of the morning show, most recent season, with the Jennifer Aniston character, and her involvement with the podcaster. Also, like, she was completely disgusted with it first, and then that evolved. That one got my attention. There's so many I'm not even thinking of right now, but like, these are definitely, like, whenever you see that dynamic of like the guy that doesn't seem like the right guy and the woman that's like totally got her shit together, and like knows it's probably not the right guy, but fundamentally underneath it totally is the right guy, because it's the one like that understands her and supports her and gets her to loosen up on certain things, even though maybe he's got some irresponsibility issues or some danger issues. They end up being a really great match. Those are my guys, and the narcissist is one of those. And it's no wonder when I look back at my catalog of boyfriends and hookups and dalliances and all of those things, he's always been my favorite one. And he was one of the first ones, because it goes all the way back to my teenage years. And so I think that's why I've always had this sympathy towards listening and paying attention to him, because there is a part of me that knew back then that that's the kind of guy I wanted to be with. And that's exactly why I left, because it didn't follow the script. It did not fit expectations, and I didn't have that emotional maturity as a 16-year-old. So I was trying to fit in. I was trying to do what smart girls like me were supposed to do. And I have been doing that and trying to fit myself into a box for like 40 years, and it does not work. I don't fit into a box. Again, I can pass, like, you can take me to a dinner party and I can pass as normal for a short period of time, but then, left to my own devices, I get back to my own weird, my neurodiversity, and ultimately, if there's ever going to be someone in my life, I want somebody that's a little bit of an opposite and kind of makes things exciting and helps me loosen up and teaches me some things about that. So that's why I like the narcissist. I don't think teenagers are supposed to know, like, big life decisions, but like, sometimes I wonder if I had just stuck it out, maybe that would have been the right decision all the way back then, before all the damage was done and we grew up into who we are. And for me, that was a complete evolution into somebody that has like remarkable emotional capacity for all kinds of relationships, which makes me susceptible to narcissists. But he grew up into a narcissist, and like, so those two things diverged, and those are opposites that should not come together, but attract. And I keep saying attract, but like I saw something last night that said it's really actually a predatory behavior, that narcissists actually prey, and they look for people like me and they prey on us. And so I realized that, like, I have all these wonderful thoughts and happy memories and moments that I want to still connect with the narcissist, and yet I was a target, and I know that, but I can't change the fact that I'm an empathetic human being. I can't change the size of my heart. All I can do is just keep moving forward and staying positive, and like, things are going to be pretty great for me. So, and I'm also talking to another guy who actually seems normal. Like, I haven't found his crazy yet, but maybe there isn't any, and like, maybe that's okay too. So we'll see. That also is, plans are being made there too. So I have quite a bit to look forward to, and I'm just having these weird emotional days where I am up, down, side to side. The narcissist pops in and out, but it's kind of getting like, the memories are a little less angry and more just like, they are what they are. If I feel good about them, I feel good about them. It doesn't mean that doesn't mean that my thought process has changed. It doesn't mean that I'm open to anything. It doesn't mean that I've become more susceptible again. It just means that I need to live in what feels good to me. And anger and resentment is just not something that I want to carry. So that's where I'm at today. Just trying to keep it going.